By the early 70s, they were seriously in the sherbet dip. Their model range was dull. There was a worldwide energy crisis. It was time for something completely different.
It gave high-tech handling
And budget performance to millions of motorists. It might not have wire wheels or leather seats, be low, snorty or multi-carburetted, but it's a real classic in the truest sense of the word. And it began life here at the British Leyland factory in Longbridge, Birmingham. This then is the Austin Allegro story. The car that British Leyland once proudly boasted would be their song for Europe.
But some of the people I was at college with had some really serious motors. One had a Jensen, there was a Jag, and in between was parked my little Allegro. I then drove it for 2 years and did 35,000 miles in it. And I never actually serviced it at all. It went, the engine was perfect in that it just kept going.
I too, once upon a time, owned an Allegro. When up pulls this bloke in a Merc. The lights changed, I dropped the clutch, and bang! We scorched down that road like someone rending metal, which would startle old ladies and cause toddlers to cringe in fear.
It had everything you needed and no junk, and that made it into a really essential tool. It was made for going, and it really did effectively go. Some of us were in Wales testing a Ferrari, 5-litre V12, 180-mile-an-hour car. And I was going to drive this thing pretty fast on some of these deserted roads, and I set off for about 20 minutes, driving as fast as I could.
Being chased by somebody in a Allegro equipped.
And I remember being severely embarrassed by just how quickly he arrived on the scene as soon as I'd stopped.
For the aspiring upper crust, there was even an Allegro Vanden Plas.
They were purchased by retired business people, people that had been used to their Daimlers, Jaguar business cars, and then of course retired, wanted a smaller car, but they did not wish to give up the luxury that they'd been used to, the walnut and leather. Approximately 10 years ago I saw this car for sale, fell in love with it straight away, and I've loved it ever since.
Well, it's lovely, especially when you're going travelling around from one show to another, and you're going along motorways and people just turn around and have a look at all the chrome gleaming, and it makes you proud that you own such a beautiful car.
The wonderfully bizarre Vanden Plas was one for the bourgeoisie. Only the British would sit at picnic tables in the back of a shopping car and relish a bonnet adorned with the grille of a distinguished limousine and coach builder. The British have always had. Now it's something of a cult car.
I saw a photograph in a magazine and I liked the look of the car. I thought, yes, that's quite a nice looking little motor. And I kept the picture. Had it on my bedroom wall for quite a while.
Anyway, it's just something that's got hold of you with the Austin Allegro, and they have their own character.
A car that's small but perfectly formed. Next week at 10 past 10, the Fiat 500 is the star.